Hello, everyone. It's Rosetta here, certified health coach at Simply Health. Thank you for joining me today. And today I'm coming to you with Conversations with Rosetta. And before I get going, I'd love it if you would like my videos, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell notification if you don't want to miss any of my videos. But today I'm coming to you with Conversations with Rosetta, and I'm joined by Priyanka Varma. Welcome, Priyanka. Yay! So excited to have you. And she is a yoga and Pilates therapist. So I'm just going to ask her exactly if she can explain what she does and how she got into what she's doing. So take it away, Priyanka.
Thank you, Rosetta. Thanks for having me today.
Sure.
Uh, I am so what I do is I'm a yoga and Pilates um, instructor, certified in therapeutic yoga, adaptive, stress management, and right now on a path to become a certified yoga therapist. Um, so my journey as a yoga teacher is pretty new. I have been a yoga practitioner for a long time, but my journey as a yoga teacher has been like a couple of years. And I got into the my reason for getting into yoga therapy is more I want it to be a more holistic and um, therapeutic approach to yoga than just being a fitness approach. So my approach is more holistic, taking practices and teachings of yoga and then kind of going forward and helping my uh, clients with that. Right now, I'm working with different populations, so mostly with seniors in assisted living and memory care centers. And then I'm also working with in a rehabilitation clinic, working with people with PTS, and I'm working with veterans and first responders. Um, I also teach virtual classes, which is group classes, which is kind of like with this pandemic has become, very few and far between. So, but for my group classes, that's about it. My one of my hobbies, and I really love to do is dance, and that too Bollywood dance.
Yay, I love that.
So I do teach that, and I have kind of combined my yoga with Bollywood, and I have come up with a fusion class which is called Yo Bolly, and
Yo
I
Bali, what a nice name. Yo,
thank
let's go
you,
do some Yo Bali. I love it.
thank you. It's a fusion of yoga postures and Bollywood dancing, and I teach that every Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So you guys can check out my website, and there's all the information on there.
Yeah, so what
Yeah.
I'll do is I'll put all the information for Priyanka's business, what she offers, and how you can get a hold of her in the description below. But we're going to keep continuing talking about her classes, virtual classes. As she said, she has some great classes. But before we get going into that, because I really want
Okay.
to talk about that, that's very exciting. I want to talk about more about how. Who are your ideal clients? What kind of clients? Like, if someone is watching you, like what kind of things could you help them with, and what do you specialize in? If you can give a bit more detail to the maybe people watching out there that may want your services. So yoga, Pilates, you're saying it's more than just for the fitness and the health realm of it, it's more about the therapeutic. So what kind of things, more detail, could you get into, like therapeutic wise? What could you help people with? Or maybe you can give some examples of clients you've had and what kind of things they've come to you for, so that people watching will know, you might be someone that I'm looking for, or oh, I know someone that might be interested in her services. Oh, and before I forget, Priyanka, she is in California, and your city, if I'm correct in saying, is, what is that, Petaluma? Is that correct?
Petaluma. That's right. That's
Yes.
right.
But don't worry, because if you're not in Petaluma, We are all virtual, so she can do things for you virtually. So
Yeah,
that'll be great. So go ahead. Go ahead.
absolutely. Thank you. So, right now I have been working with people who are, so my thing is I meet you where you are in your health journey and guide you to where you want to be. So if most mostly it's my I'm a facilitator in your journey to you. So and it can be, I use different modalities. It can be yoga, Pilates, and different um, different uh, things in yoga. Like it could be postures, or maybe it's restorative, or you just need breath practice or meditation. So my clients right now, I have some clients that have PTS, that are dealing with PTS. Um, one of them is has dementia. Um, then one has just got a knee surgery. So I'm helping them kind of get back into heal and get back to where they want to be, like living a pain free, and you know guiding them to be able to get to where they want to be in their health journey. So and then there are a lot of women in my group classes that are there because they are not comfortable being in a class out, out in a yoga studio or something, and they are there in virtual class, my virtual class, where they can keep their video on or off if they want, because you and then kind of um, you know have their own space, their own time, their own um, I don't know how to explain that. It just gives them um, a feeling of being being able to do something for their own body without being judged about it.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
that's the great thing about doing something virtually on Zoom, because we can, as you said, have our video on or off, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no worries. So I just want to circle back about when you were talking about helping people specifically with therapeutic methods like yoga and Pilates. Now, I'm assuming that people don't need to have any experience with yoga and Pilates, right? You teach that all to everyone when they come to
Absolutely.
you. And then
Absolutely.
can you talk a little bit about how your procedure is when you have a new client or someone is interested maybe in using your services?
Mhm.
How would you start that? What is your procedure on onboarding them if they're interested?
Okay. Thank you for asking that. um, so once I get a referral or people come to me, I send them an intake form, which they fill out and give me an idea of where they are, like the what are the troubles they're having, and then with their health. And also I just wanted to make it clear that it's my services are not in place of your doctors or your healthcare provider service. Is just an addition to it. It's like a co-care kind of thing. And so we once they come to me, I have them fill out the intake form, and then I have our first meeting where we go over that intake form and get an idea of what they are looking for, um, my services. And I give them, like, this is what all the services that I provide, and this is what I do and how I work, and how many times a week would be okay, and things like that. And then and if they are comfortable with it, then take them on, and then we work together um, with whatever tools I have in my toolbox.
Sure, sure. And then can you go over like just example what kind of Like if people come to you, what kind of things would they be coming for specifically in regards to what things do you specialize in to help them with? Like like maybe you could talk about some past clients like, oh, she came to me because she had this condition or she was trying to overcome this condition. If you could talk about that just so that people out there watching will know, like, okay, so maybe I have this problem, maybe I can go and see Priyanka, I can, maybe set up a consultation with her or something.
Mhm. So one of the clients that I've been seeing for some time now, she came to me with um, stress. I started seeing her before, just right a couple of months into pandemic, and so she had this, you know, stress, and she had an old injury to her um, in her hip, which was kind of uh, with all the stress that was she was going through and the head injury, it was kind of making her not able to move. And uh, so she came to me, we were talking, and she said, I would like to, her goal was to be able to, um, get rid of the pain and be more balanced. She had lost her balance. So she's like, I would tell you, she's like, I want to be able to stand on one leg for 10 seconds or for 15 seconds,
Wow.
So, and I'm not able to do that. So from getting up in the morning, it's just hard for me to, get myself up and running because it takes some time before I could be where I want to be to start my day. So we started working with, you know, she started coming to me before virtually. We were doing um, yoga postures. Then first I started working with her on her breathing first to just bring down the stress. Like we, I mean, I would tell you that our breathing is the most portable stress management tool that we have, and we don't pay attention to it a lot of
It
times.
is. I know for sure it is. Yes.
So so just getting her into her breath, just getting her to feel her body while she's breathing, that in itself brought down her stress level. The first session she had with me, and she walked out and she was like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Just, and I did nothing except just guiding her to breathe deep and get in tune with her body, like just feel her body or just see while she is breathing. So even just a tiny bit of that, and sometimes a lot of, it's basically guidance as to, and then adding on some stretches, then some Pilates moves, the core stabilization and things like that. And we have been working together for the past 6 months, and um, she is my regular client. She
Nice.
is, she's like, even though I know that, I mean, she feels so much better right now. She can balance on one foot for 30 seconds, which is,
Wow. So she reached her goal and exceeded it.
yes, she did. And so, but she's like, I want to keep seeing you because I just feel better when I'm here. So that's one example of a
Right.
client. One, I work a couple of veterans that I work with. They have one of them has some spinal degeneration. And so I work with Pilates and yoga and deep breathing to help him cope with his pain in daily life, like day to day, and then bringing some movement and some um, movement in his spine, in his, the way he walks. He walks a little bit taller. And so it's just things like that. Uh, People that I've been working with is always, like in my group classes too, I teach chair yoga. um, I give modifications to people who are not able to, like in downward dog, you need to use your hands and you are pushing pressure.
Exactly.
And what if, you have some wrist injury, or you are not able to on that day, you will feel like, oh, my wrists are not going to not having that. So I give modifications, like, you can use a chair if you want, or just go on your forearms or things like that. So um, I'm more into helping you, like I said before, take meeting you where you are with your body and spirit and um, health journey, and then guiding you to where you wanted to go.
Ah, that's great. That's great. So I'm assuming you're saying that you're doing this in person, right? Are you taking clients in person now during this whole
Yes,
pandemic?
yes, I am, and we do it outside in my garage. I have, you know, I have good ventilation there, and um, we we social distance. I wear a mask, and my client wears a mask, and it's all a very sanitized place. All the equipment and everything is sanitized
Oh, that's good.
every time. Yeah.
That's good. So everything
So,
is COVID friendly. So if you're
mhm,
watching out there and you're interested in seeing her, if any of you are in Petaluma and like to see Priyanka physically, then you can get a hold of her. I will have all her information below. So don't worry, you'll get all that in the description below, how you can get a hold of her and just to contact her. I'll have her website and every way that you can get in touch with her.
thank
So
you.
let's talk about if they don't want to meet you. Let's say they're not in Petaluma, they're like in another state.
Hmm.
How would they use your services and how does that work?
Um, Whatever I do in person, I can do it virtually as well. Um, in person, I do use the reformer machine for Pilates. Um, but in virtually, we could just do without the machine. If you have a machine, that's good. If you don't, that's fine too, because we could always do it on the mat, and or on your bed, even if that's where you are not able to get down on the mat. You can always do it on the bed. And so contact me, and we can, like I said, I'm here to work with you where you want to, whatever you are. And so um even if you are in a different state or a different country,
Yeah, so
that would
Priyanka can
work.
help you. And before I forget, I forgot to mention how I wanted to ask you your background. Like, how long have you been doing this, and what is your background, and why did you decide to get into all this Pilates and yoga?
So my background is, um I have a master's degree in statistics, which which is way away from what I'm doing right now. It's like whole different tangent, a world. Um, but uh, the life just kind of, it was a roundabout way for me to get back to my roots. I was born and raised in India, and yoga. I never thought that yoga was something you did differently, or like people talk about yogic lifestyle, and it's just it's just it was just a part of life. And then life happened. And I started working as an administrator in a early childhood education. um, and then 4 years ago, it just felt like, I need to be doing something. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So it just kind of like I took a year off and thought about what I want to do with my life. And I came back to yoga. Uh, I mean, I've been a practitioner for a long time, but never thought about like what I want to do with it. Never thought about, okay, this is where I want to be, or where I want to go. And I took a 200-hour certification at our local community college. They were offering that at Santa Rosa Junior College. And I, I took that and I was hooked. I was like, I want to teach. I want to teach people um, how good it is, like how it can, because it has helped me find my own center as well. And so I started getting into more, yoga. Then I got into Pilates, and I was like, okay, this is amazing. It's like both together just works wonders. And so with the yoga therapy, I was like, it's more, I would like to be more helping, in a holistic way rather than just a physical aspect of it. So that's what took me to my yoga therapy journey, which is what I'm on now. And that's it. I mean, like my background has been totally different, my educational background, than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, usually that happens with a lot of people. They just, when they have this passion that they really love, sometimes it ends up being, their plan B. And that turns into a plan A. And then they're like, wow, this is something that I never thought I'd be doing, but now they're doing it and helping others. That's amazing. So can you tell everyone what is your business name and how can they find you on if they I guess people would like to Google. That's what I would do, right? So what is your business name?
My business name is Prana Zone. I'll spell it out for you. It's Prana, Prana, that means life force, zone, zone.com.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my website. Pranazone.com is my website. Pranazone is my business name. And my Facebook page and everything. I'm sure, Rosetta, you're going to put it on in
Yes, I'm going to put it on, but what
right.
is your face? Is it Prana
But
Zone as
my
well?
Facebook, yes, my Facebook is the Prana Zone. And I do have an Instagram, but I do not post a lot on there. So,
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
it's
The main thing
just,
is that we can find you easily on Facebook and on
yeah,
the website.
on the website.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So it's Prana Zone for all of you. Prana Z. I keep wanting to say Z because I'm from England. Zone. Prana Zone. Okay. And then now I want to go
.com.
on to
Yeah.
you doing your virtuals, your yoga and your Bollywood. I'm so excited. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah. So my virtual Yo Bali class, which is a fusion of uh, yoga and Bollywood dance, is every Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And my yoga class, uh, and which is at 9 a.m. every Sunday Pacific time. And all the class is good for all ages. You don't even have to have an experience, no experience necessary. Just grab water and your mat, and for your Bali, just your dancing shoes and some space around so that you can move, like maybe 3 feet of space around you that you can move. And that's about it. You can bring your
How
children.
long are each class? How long is it?
Each class is an hour long.
An hour long. Okay, so I'll put the information below as to the times and days, and you can check it out. And if you're interested, then I'll give you information how to sign up for the classes. So if you're interested, and don't forget, like like we said earlier, if you're worried about being seen, you don't have to worry. You don't have to turn your video on. So I'm interested. I might try it and I might turn my video off. I don't know. We'll see. But we have to get going because this is when I'm talking about get going, we need to, keep going, right? Exercising and get
Mhm.
going and get healthy. And I'm not even sure why I said get going, but that's what I meant. But that's what it is.
That's what it
So
is. Yeah, we have
so
to
if you're
keep going.
interested, then I would love for you to join. If you're interested in a mixture, I'd be very excited to find out what the how you put those two together, combine yoga and Bollywood, because we know yoga. I'm sure everybody knows what yoga is, and I'm sure you've seen what Bollywood dancing is. So it'll be nice to combine both and get some exercise and some stretching and maybe sweat a little. So if you guys are interested, would love for you. I'm sure Priyanka would love for you to join her classes. All right, everyone. This has been great. Thank you, Priyanka, for coming on. Conversations with
Thank you.
Rosetta. I have my cat here. He's sleeping. He's here. I can hear him purring. He likes to be by me with on the laptop whenever I'm, just anywhere near my laptop. But he's doing that. Okay. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Priyanka, for coming
Thank
on
you.
and sharing your loves and what you do. And all the information, as I keep saying, the description will be below, the prana zone. And if you think that she could be of some help to you or service to you, please reach out to her because, we need help, right? Everybody needs help. And if you feel that, you might find it through this yoga or the Pilates. We would love it for you to get a hold of her, get in touch with her because she's doing wonderful things, rehabilitation, and just helping you take you from where you are to where you want to be. And it's very different than what I've actually seen out there, which uses yoga and Pilates, which is really great. I love that. But anyway, thank you so much, Priyanka, for coming on. And
Thank you for
thank you,
having me.
everyone, for tuning in to another one of this is my first Conversations with Rosetta. If you liked this, please hit the like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. But thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Have a great day.